Online Class Philippines.
Good day. Welcome to English 7. Today, we are going to talk about subject-verb agreement. What is subject-verb agreement? Subject-verb agreement is a very important concept in English grammar. It is the proper sequence of a subject and verb with regard to its number. Two parts of a sentence. First one is the subject. It tells us what the sentence is about. It can be either a noun or a pronoun. It can be either singular or plural. The second part is the verb. It represents the action of a sentence. How to make the subject and verb agree? Step 1. Identify the subject of the sentence. Next, decide if the subject is singular or plural. Number 3, lastly, decide which verb form will match with the subject. Rule 1. A verb agrees with its subject in number. Singular subject takes singular verb. Example, the car stays in the garage. The flower smells good. There is a trick here. Look at the subject, car, and look at the verb, stays. When the subject is singular, there is no S, like car and flower. But on the other hand, the verb, if it is singular, it has an S, like stays and smells. So meaning, if it is singular, your subject will be no S, and your verb will be with S, like car, stays, flower, smells. Rule number 2. The number of the subject, singular or plural, is not changed by words that come between the subject and the verb. Example, one of the eggs is broken. So the praise of the eggs here is not really the main focus or the main subject, but the main subject is one, and one should complement with is. The man with cupcakes is my father. The word with cupcake or this praise is not really the focus of this sentence, but the man is my father. If we are going to remove the excess part, the sentence will be like this. On the first sentence, one is broken. The other one, the man is my father. Now, do this. Choose the correct verb. Number 1. Your friend talks too much. 2. The man with the rose looks like your brother. 3. The women in the pool swims well. 4. Bill drives a cab. 5. That red-haired lady in the fur hat lives across the street. Now let's go to rule number 3. Some subjects always take a singular verb even though the meaning may seem plural. This subject always takes singular verb. Each, either, neither, no one, everyone, someone, anyone, nobody, somebody, anybody, everybody. Whenever you see this word as a subject, this is singular. Though they seem to be plural, but they are singular. Someone in the game was not where hurt. So someone in the game and was. Someone is singular and was is singular. Number 4. The following words may be singular or plural, depending upon their use in a sentence, like some, any, all, most. Example: most of the news is good. This is singular. Most of the flowers were yellow is plural. If you are going to observe, most of the news is good. So here, most is used, but the other subject is news, and news is singular. So we are going also to use singular verb, which is. On the other hand, flowers is plural. So we are going to use were instead of was, because it is plural. All of the pizza was gone. Pizza is just singular, so we use singular verb. All of the children were late. Children is already plural, so we are going to use were. Rule number 5. Subject joined by and are plural. Subject joined by or nor take a verb that agrees with the last subject. Look at this one. Bob and George are living. Bob and George is different entities. Bob is a person and George is another person. So it is like 1 plus 1. So this will be 2. So we are going to use are. Anna and Maria eat a lot in the party. Anna is a single girl and Maria is a single girl, so that will be 2. So we use plural form. On the next one, neither Bob nor George is living. Bob and George. Bob is the first subject, while George is the last subject. According here, the last subject will be the basis of the agreement. So our last subject is George. So therefore, we are going to use is. On the other hand, Bob nor his friends are living. The last subject here is his friends. Although Bob is singular, his friends will be the basis of the agreement. So we are going to use are. Do this. Choose the correct verb. 1. Everybody were asked to remain quiet. 2. Neither of them are here yet. 3. Nobody in the class have the answer. 4. Each of the girls observes all the regulations. Rule number 6. There and here are never subject. In sentences that begin with these words, the subject is usually found later on in the sentence. For example, there were 5 books on the shelf. The word there will only pinpoint the books. So therefore, books is plural, so our verb will also be plural, and that is where. Again, here and there will just pinpoint or tell you where your subject is. Here is the report you wanted. So our main subject is report. Report is singular, so therefore our verb will also be singular, and we use is. Rule number 7. Collective nouns may be singular or plural, depending on their use in the sentence. A collective noun is the noun used to name a whole group. Example: orchestra, flock, public, army. In this example, the orchestra is playing a hit song. Number 2. The orchestra were asked to give their physical background. So in the first example, orchestra is playing, orchestra act as a one. They play music as a one, as a single unit. On the other hand, the orchestra here are treated as many individual people because they need to give their physical background one by one. So therefore, in the first example, we are going to use is. And the second example, we are going to use where. Do this. Choose the correct verb. 1. There are a dog, a cat, and a bird in the garage. 2. Here into the main ring of the circus comes the trained elephants. 3. The committee works hard for better school. Number 4. The jury were polled for their verdicts. 5. The family are occupied with their individual problems. Now let's talk with rule number 8. Expressions of time, money, measurement, and weight are usually singular when the amount is considered 1 unit. Example, 5 pesos is, not are, too much to ask. Although we are dealing with 5 pesos, it seems to be plural, but again, if it is an expression of time, money, measurement, and weight, it will be singular. Next, 10 days is, not are, not nearly enough time. Although 10 days seems to be plural, but again, this is a unit of time. So we are going to use is. Rule number 9. Some nouns, while plural in form, are usually singular in meaning. Example, mumps, home, mesos, statistics, physics, gymnastics, mathematics. For example, mathematics is, not are, an easy subject for some people. Mathematics has an S on the latter part, but this is a singular subject. So we are going to use a singular noun, which is. Physics is, not are, taught by Professor Baldwin. So physics here is a single subject, although it has an S, but it will not affect the singularity of the subject. Therefore, we are going to use is. The news was fascinating. News is a single subject, although it has S. So we are going to use was, not were. Rule number 10. Don't and doesn't must agree with the subject. Use doesn't after he, she, and it. Doesn't he, not don't, know how to sail? 2. They don't, not doesn't, make movies like that anymore. So we are going to use doesn't if our subject is he, she, it, or a single name of a person, thing, or animal. On the other hand, if it is the second person or referring to a lot of person, we are going to use don't. Also, doesn't he? Okay, so the word doesn't already possess the agreement. You use does. Does is already the singular form of do. Next one. Do this. Choose the correct verb. Number 1. Mumps are one of the most uncomfortable diseases. 2. $100 are not a lot of money to some people. 3. She don't look very well today. 4. 20 minutes are the amount of time it takes me to get home from work. 5. Gymnastics are easy for Angela. Thank you for watching. See you on the next lesson.